easy. That's my damn problem. I be trying to do everything too good quality, and sometimes it just ain't that damn serious. All right, so I'm gonna get more of these in. I promise. It's gonna be more lives. Probably figure during the night when I'm a little bit more free, when I'm not running and gunning as much. Even car joints. This is my first joint ever in a car, I think, other than like an interview with like Hip Hop Is Real or something like that. But I just can't keep up. There's just some shit that I be wanting to say, and the problem with me editing the podcast right now, and the podcast sit downs ain't going nowhere. But the problem with the podcast sit downs is it's very timely. I be really having to find the day, sit down for like an hour plus, record, edit, export, upload, and it just be so much shit that happened during the week, man. I'll be like, man, I swear, man, for people that be on the channel rocking with me on the Sorry It's True type tip, and I don't be wanting to get this shit that late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really be wanting to get this shit in a timely manner. So you will be seeing more of these lives mixed in. We gotta do it. I'm gonna get to Meg second. Vivica A. Fox. And it's funny too, because I just said this in my Tory Lanez and Meg joint when I was like, what's the tone out there with this trial going on? Because this is huge news. Like, they're talking about a possible verdict by Friday. This is a lot going on, and the tone I see at times, certain debates, certain conversations is happening out there. The guy versus girl, right? Or the men versus the women. It happens sometimes with certain trials just split, like it's bigger than the two people situation personally. It's bigger than them. It's some other cause involved. You know what I'm saying? I keep using the OJ trial as an example, saying that shit turned into black versus white. That shit happens, man. But this Vivica A. Fox shit, and let me give this a small backdrop on how I feel about Vivica first. Beautiful, strong black woman. Saying how talented she is, that's the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like these are how beautiful she is, how much of a strong stand-up woman she's been a representation for over the years. You gotta respect her for that. But I swear, it just seems like over the last couple years, anytime she's popped up in the headlines, because she's on the downside of her career, like let's call a spade a spade. Sorry, it's true. That's not a shot. That's not a diss. She could still be making millions of dollars for all I know. You know what I'm saying? But she's on the downside of her career, and every time I hear about her in the media, it's just such a bad look. It's such a bad look. So you got this shit where she goes at Joe Budden. Joe Budden comes out, because everybody's following this fucking Tory and Meg trial. That and the YSL shit with Young Thug and Gun and all that shit. It's like the biggest topics in the street right now. So here comes Joe Budden saying that in his own opinion, he has personal situations that he feels, in his mind, Meg isn't the greatest person in the world. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what Joe Budden explains on his podcast. That's fine. That's his own personal shit. He feels like Meg Thee Stallion has done shit to people in the industry that he has ties with and that he's friends with, and he has a certain read on her character. And I'm gonna get to Meg second, like I said. But here comes Vivica. Vivica. And I'm not trying to say that Joe is in the perfect spot talking about somebody, but he has a podcast. So like, what the fuck do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Similar to me. Like, you talk about things, you talk about situations, you talk about the obvious, you talk about what's going on, you talk about your opinions. But Vivica, this is the second time in recent history where I feel like she's doing too much of the over woman empowerment shit. And it looks bad. It looks bad because for you to come out and lash out like that at Joe, when he's talking about Meg, when Meg is in the midst of what she's going through right now, I don't think it's a good look. Because I'm telling you, none of us are on the jury, and none of us are the judge, none of us are prosecution, none of us are mounting up the defense in this trial or nothing like that. But the shit looks crazy for fucking Meg right now. This shit look real bad for Meg right now. It looks like Tory's about to get off. If you got to prove beyond reasonable doubt, he's off already. It'll actually be crazy to hear that he's guilty at this point. And like I said, we're going to get more into that in a second. But Vivica coming out and defending Meg on some woman empowerment shit, when right now it just looks almost like this is a One of these women out here that screamed wolf is lying on another man, using her power as a woman to fuck up this man's career, this man's reputation, and possibly this man's freedom. Once again, she looks crazy. None of us may never know the full details of this shit, but there's nobody out there that has followed this trial that can say it's been proven beyond reasonable doubt that it wasn't the driver. It wasn't. They got a fucking witness that says that, yo, I was on my balcony and I watched the whole shit unfold because I was woken up out of my sleep from an argument. I go to my balcony and watch, and I see two women get into an altercation. Kelsey's up there, and they say no altercation happened between them. There was a bump maybe with shoulders. Now it's coming out that it was a clear fucking fight. He said a violent fight. Then he said a big guy joined in. That was the security guard, I assume, to break it up. And then here comes a short guy, muzzle flashes he saw, and all that type of shit. It's just impossible to see this beyond a reasonable doubt. So to take that stand against Joe saying, I don't really like how she be moving, and then you come out on your female empowerment shit. And the second example of where Vivica did that shit recently, where it kind of was disgusting to me, was the Kevin Samuels shit. That's his name, right? Kevin Samuels, the guy that was speaking up, or like he had like a show or a podcast, or he did a lot of videos speaking about marriage, speaking about women, how women could do better with men, all that type of stuff, right? He had a lot of unpopular opinions. He was very abrasive at times. He did a lot of sorry it's true type of shit, where he would be out there. And these women were the ones that pretty much built his platform for him, damn near. Got women going live with him, joining his show with him, asking him questions. How do I improve my sex life? How do I improve myself in the kitchen? How do I improve myself as a woman, or this type of shit? And he would be like, yo, stand up. Let me see you. First of all, lose about 30 pounds or whatever. And in today's society, that's so abrasive, and that's so left, and that's so painful, and that's so harsh. But it's more so the sorry it's true shit that he was doing. So you had somebody like Vivica Fox that came out when he passed away talking about, you reap what you sow, good for you. Like, come on, like that's so distasteful. I was surprised that shit got swiped under the rug for Vivica the way that it did. Because you're this big all-time movie star celebrity, and here you are just endorsing a man's death because of his opinions, or because of all the interactions that he had with women, where more than half the time they was endorsing him, co-signing him, or being a part of his platform. So there's people out there like, oh, I don't like the way that he likes last favorite artist album that just dropped. I hope that he dies. Cool. Put them little kids to the side. But Vivica, we expect more from you. You've been proven over the years how smart, intelligent, and strong and talented you are. You are supposed to be above that. This man that had his opinions and had his wave out there. A lot of women said that he actually helped them. Agree or disagree. To see the man die and then jump out there, good for you. Come on. So it's like seeing this shit with her and Joe now. It's just like, it's stupid how people just react in the public that have these platforms and have reputations that I feel should be so much stronger than what they represent. And Vivica continues to let us down as of recent history. She just continues to let us down. And while we're here to finish up, like I said, we're going to go to Meg for a second now. Me personally, my mind is made up. I really don't care what the verdict is at this point. And they say innocent until proven guilty, or you could be on the other side of the gate on Meg's side and be like, yo, let the law be the law, let the process be the process. But enough has happened where I just refuse to put down my common sense. I refuse, because let's be real. This system, because let's be real. This system gets it wrong sometimes too. If they convict Tory at this point, there's gonna be a lot. If they convict Tory at this point, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna say, yeah, he did. There's gonna also be a lot of people that's gonna say, oh, nah, that the process is fucked up. But it's just like, come on, look at this shit that's happening at this point. It's like Meg has already clearly lied multiple times. I don't know if you was trying to protect your friend, even though she seems to not give a fuck about you. This girl, Kelsey, seems to not give two fucks about Meg at this point anymore. She seems like she don't like her no more, whatever. They had a fallout, whatever the case may be. It is what it is. But it's just like, yo, the type of lies that Meg is already caught in, the situation that Tory's in, is Tory fucking 100% scot clean, did nothing in the situation? I don't think so. But I still believe that what you're trying to put this man in jail for, and the lies that you're telling on this man, is disgusting. It's why we have this stereotype at times towards women. This is why it's damn near to the point where it's just like, yo, You can't fuck a woman unless you could trust a woman. And it's like, damn, you gotta go through all of that. It's fucking disgusting, son. It's disgusting. My mind is made up. I've seen enough. I've heard enough. I've been following this fucking case. Meg is foul. Meg is foul. And if you believe Meg is foul, do you classify her in that same type of categories how y'all always be trying to cancel people? You see how y'all be trying to cancel snitches and whatnot? And I'm not trying to call her a snitch because she's a civilian or whatever. Ain't nobody look at her as no gangbanger or no street person like or whatever. She can't testify against Tory. I'm not putting that tag on her. I'm talking about being a bona fide liar, fucking over a man's freedom and career on some half bullshit. It's foul. It's foul. It's foul. And shout out to all the women that if you believe that there's past reasonable doubt and that it's not really shit didn't go down the way that Meg is saying that's go down, or if you just flat out believe that Tory is innocent, stand up for that shit. Do not be in the group of women that carries that stereotype like you could just ruin a man's freedom, ruin a man's fucking life, ruin a man's reputation over an accusation. He touched me. He cursed me out. He shot me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is fucking disgusting. And I have friends that's been, one of my closest friends, he had to leave his own fucking crib because it wasn't even his girl that called. Him and his girl got into some shit. His girl got on the phone with her friend. The friend heard the argument in the background and called the cops. I ain't mad. Protect your friend. You not there. You can't visualize it with your own eyes. So maybe you're just taking a precaution. Let me call the cops just in case. Cops came there. Both of them, the wife and my man. They both said everything's straight, we good. The cop still made him leave his own fucking house that he pays the mortgage on. You know, he's able to come back. But I'm just trying to say how this shit is crazy. This shit is fucking disgusting. The world is not fucking equal. I get it. There's stereotypes. There's double standards in this fucking world. I get it. But no fucking woman that believes that Tory is innocent should stand for this shit. You should cry out and say that it's disgusting what Meg is fucking did and what she's fucking doing. Do not carry no stereotype that women should move like this. Oh my God, I'm fucking out of here, yo.